Black people are worried about the wrong things, absolutely wrong things. And you know what? I'm part of the problem. I am part of the problem. What do I mean? I wrote a post. I saw a post on the Shade Room a few days ago, almost a week ago, and it was one of those mind games that they play with you. What they do is they use certain language and they use math on you and mess you all up. Well, do you know that I got 4,000 likes on my comment, and people were arguing in the comments about what I said? And I'm like, yo, like, not even just arguing, people calling people stupid and all kinds of things. And I'm just sitting over there like, are you serious? We got a class struggle that's going on in the Americas and all over the world. We have health issues that are affecting Black people. We have AI and all these things that actually matter. Yet my Negro brethren are focused on BS. And people are giving us what we want. People are giving us what we respond to. We respond to mess, so they give us mess. We respond to nonsense, so they give us nonsense. And then we have the nerve to complain about the state of our community and blame others. Blame others. We have every right to complain, but we complain to others and blame others about the state of our community when we're the reason. We're the reason why our community is in the bad shape that it is. Madness. Madness. We don't take personal responsibility and we don't take personal accountability. And that's the reason why our community is messed up. That's the reason why Black people in America will, by and large, will remain wage slaves and will be the way that it is. So you can be mad at Donald Trump, you can be mad at President Biden, but it is your fault, my fault, our fault, why we're in the situation that it is. Your fault, my fault, our fault, why we won't have reparations. Your fault, my fault, our fault, why our children are miseducated, why your families are poor, why we have all these social ills as Black folks. It is our fault. Our fault. And you know what? I get it. I get why Donald Trump said, what do you have to lose by voting for me? What do you have to lose? It's easier for Black people to just give their vote away than to actually do some critical thinking about the candidates that they choose to vote for. It is easier for Black folks to not even get involved in the political process, the process by which their lives change. It's easier just to give that to somebody else than for you to take personal responsibility, personal accountability. You know what's crazy is how many people were pissed off and upset with me and calling me crazy. Dr. Jamar Montgomery, 3 Degrees, child prodigy, calling me crazy and stupid for the fact that I voted for Kanye West instead of Biden. How about you get mad at the 65 million Americans who didn't get up and vote? How about you be mad at those folks, the folks that spend more time on social media looking at nonsense, doing nonsense, nothing, no activity that is going to make their lives better, make their families better, make themselves more prosperous. No! But it's our fault. It's our fault. It is our fault. You wonder why the people who actually do the work for trying to help the community end up just saying, you know what, screw Black people. I've given up too much. I've given up too much of my life, too much of my energy fighting against the very people who I'm here trying to save. And literally, Black people are like J. Cole said, don't save them. They don't want to be saved. Crazy. You want to be entertained. You don't want to be saved. You want to be enslaved. You don't want to be saved. You want to be in bondage, in comfort. You don't want to be saved. People think that rich people have it easy. Rich people have worked hard to make it easy, to make life easy for them. And they will fight like hell to make sure that their life stays comfortable. And if that means that you remain in the position that you're in, then so be it. Why? Because they had to fight not only against the world and everyone else, but they also had to fight internally. They had to deal with imposter syndrome. They had to deal with bad decisions. They had to deal with mistakes. They had to deal with all of that. The difference is between wealthy people and poor people is the fact of personal responsibility and how they respond to their problems. Poor people avoid their problems. Wealthy people deal with their problems. Point blank. Do you want to grow or do you want to stay the same? Because if you want to stay the same, I can guarantee you that you will be poor. If you want to change, you're going to have to fight. Why? Because it's so many forces that are fighting against you, trying to improve. Because the enemy wants you to stay the same. If you are not growing, you are literally dying. And what's happening to black folks? We are dying because we refuse to grow. We refuse to elevate our consciousness. We refuse to elevate our finances. We refuse to grow in personal responsibility and accountability. And then what happens? We judge the folks that have elevated themselves in the areas of business. Now, mind you, I'm not talking about the entertainers. I'm not talking about the entertainers because the entertainers don't count. Because why? The entertainers most of the time are employees. They're employed to sell us an image of ourselves that ain't even real. It's manufactured. It's engineered for our own destruction and death. There should be something that clicks in your mind that the fact that Cardi B will sell sex and depravity to your children, but will turn off her own music around her children. Why? Because she knows it's trash. But what do? We just listen to it. But you know what? Hey, I'm making sure that the people get the information that they need. But I get it. Do better, black people.